Today, I'm going to look at a total of 7 ETFs. I'm going to show you the 3 that I would buy. Now, before we get into this, I'm actually going to show you my year-to-date performance. And I know that you're going to say, oh, that's really easy to fake. And I hope you can see that this is real. This is how this works. Now, in my own account, I sell covered calls. I also offer an alert service. So if you're interested in that, check out this link up here. You can head over there. You can sign up for my newsletter, which is completely free. It comes to your inbox once a week. Today, we're going to talk about these ETFs. My name's Levi. This is Drawbridge Finance. This is not financial advice in any way, shape, or form. I'm not making recommendations. This is just what I would do. Let's take a look. One of the questions I get asked all the time is, what would you buy if you didn't trade options? Now, I'm a long-term options trader. I'm a long-term investor. I've been investing for myself since 1996. And if I had to pick today, how would I invest $10,000, $100,000? How big would I go? And can you do it with really, really simplified strategies? I'm going to show you 7 ETFs that I would consider buying today. And I'm going to show you the way that they function, how they pay their dividends, and what the expected return is going to be. I'm also going to pick from those the 3 that I would buy. Now, the 7th one, I'm going to reveal at the very end of this video. We're going to go through the data, but you're not going to see the name. So hopefully you stick around or skip forward, whichever you decide to do. You do you. But we're going to look at the numbers and I'm going to show you why I would buy these today. I'm going to track back only a couple of months because some of them are pretty darn new and we're going to take a look at them. So one of the old ones, SPY, started back in 1991. It's been around forever. It tracks the S&P 500, has about 500 stocks in it. There are these new Roundhill ETFs. Now, Roundhill is a company, they're an investment company, they make ETFs available for people. This one is XDTE. It's pretty interesting because it's a covered call strategy that works by buying long-term calls. Now, you don't have to know the details of it, but basically it's like a synthetic stock position where we make some upside overnight and during the day they sell a covered call against it. They use this covered call income to pay you a dividend. The dividends are hefty and they make up for a massive amount of the returns that we see in these types of products. Well, the next one we're going to look at is QQQ. That's the NASDAQ 100. It's mostly tech stocks. There's no financials in there. So you get similar performance to the S&P 500. Qs did almost 30% last year. It's been pretty fantastic just to be a SPY or QQQ owner. Now, one of the things that I don't love about covered call selling is that we have lots of risk to the downside and we have capped maximum potential. These ETFs are pretty cool because they use a synthetic long position and then they sell a 0 DTE covered call against those positions during the day. It's a pretty cool setup. I love it. And they've only been around for a couple of months. But what I wanted to do was look back at the comparison as far as I could anyways and say, how did these compare on this bullish time frame where we've seen the market rise up substantially over the last couple of months? Did these ETFs catch up or keep up to that kind of return? Or did they just dwindle and not make very much money? Because the dividend that they pay is pretty massive. You would think that they would actually be capping the profit quite a bit. Let's take a look at these. QDTE is the NASDAQ 100 with this single day duration covered call. And you don't have to do anything. When we buy this as a shareholder, all we do is buy the shares and then they do all the transactions and they pay us out a dividend. The next one we're going to look at is IWM. Now, this is the Russell 2000. It's small cap stocks. When interest rates are really low, the Russell does really well. So if we see an interest rate pullback, which we may, there is some interest rate discussion moving into 2025 that we may see a couple of rate reductions. IWM would be the outperformer in this case. The last couple of years, it's underperformed. So the returns are less than Qs and SPY, what we've already looked at. The next thing we're going to look at is the Russell DTE. And you guessed it, they do a synthetic long position and then they sell covered calls daily against it. We're going to look at the returns of that. The next one is this bonus one. I'm not going to show you the name, but we are going to show you the stats. And at the end, you're going to find out what exactly it is and how crazy the performance really is. First of all, what I'm looking at is how much it was to buy. I'm going to look at the prices on September 30th, and I'm going to look at the prices on January 21st. And we're going to see what the increase was over that time, increase or decrease. Now, if I wanted to buy SPY back on September 30th, it would have cost me $573 per share. And today it's trading at $603. That's an increase of 5% over that time frame. So of course we see an up and down, but over the course of the last 4 months, it's increased 5%, which is actually very, very good. This has been a very good return. Now, XDTE, the question really becomes, is this going to perform the same? So I'm looking at buying that share back in September of $52.73. substantially cheaper, which is amazing for small accounts if you're looking at something to buy. Today, that's actually trading per share at only $50.83. This is a decrease of 3.6% over this time frame. Now, let's not get discouraged and just rush through these numbers, and then we'll take a look on a comparison chart. Q's was trading at $4.88. It went down, it went up, it ended up. It's up at $524.80. QDTE was at $42.67 and is currently $40.59 per share. So it's down 4.87%, while the Qs are up 7.53%. These should be relatively similar comparisons when we look at them over the long term, but they're not because of the way that this ETF is structured. They pay out a huge dividend, which we're going to get to later. IWM was trading at $220. It's currently trading at $229, an increase of 4%. RDTE was trading at $44.72, now trading at $41.86, a decrease of 6.4%. Now our mystery ETF was trading at $41.81 and is currently trading at $52.92. That means the increase in value was 26.64% over the last 4 months. This is an astronomical number. When you look at where these were, 5%, 7%, 4%, and then 26.6%, crazy. I want to just put it visually into a chart so we can look at each of these. SPY is this blue line here, just above 5% over the last 4 months. This green line is the XDTE ETF. The return is actually pretty low when you compare it because it actually lost money, because this doesn't include the dividend payout. Qs are the gray line here. They had the best performance, and the QDTE had the second worst performance. IWM was a positive return, but smaller, and it had the RDTE had the worst performance of each of them. This mystery stock had a whopping 26.64% return over the past couple of months, absolutely destroying these other ones. Now let's take a look at how the dividend payouts work. SPY, during the last 4 months, only paid one dividend. So if you were a shareholder, you would have received $1.97 for each of the shares that you held. This worked out to a 0.34% or 1.34% if we annualized it over the course of the year. Relatively low dividend, and this is all I'm trying to show you. Now, XDTE, on the other hand, pays a weekly dividend. They paid out multiple times over the course of holding these shares. A total of $4.52, which is 8.5% relative to the initial purchase price of $52.73, which means that whatever money you put into this, you already got 8.5% of that money back in just 4 months. Now we're going to look at Qs. They're paid only one dividend, 0.17%, annually about 0.5%. The QDTE paid 12%. It paid $5.12 per every $42.67 invested. That's a return of 12% of your initial capital, or 38.7% annually. These are massive, massive dividends. The shares dropped 4.87%, and then the dividend paid out 12%. That's going to be a net gain total. So we're going to take a look at that. IWM only paid one dividend, 0.31%, and then the RDTE, similar, paid $5.25 over the last 4 months, a total on initial investment of 11.74% of your money. The bonus one paid 14.85%, or a total annualized return of 47.98%, which means that if we were to speculate, if we were to just buy this mystery ETF, we would put our money in, say we put in $10,000, we would actually receive back $4,700 in dividends alone, just by the end of the year, if they continue on this track. Now, it's a little more random. You'll notice that it's not every single week. There were some payments that were missed, and it's a little bit of a different schedule, but it's still a massive amount in general. Now let's look at a cumulative total. Let's compare what it would look like if we put in $10,000 and we invested it in these different products, and what would be the total outcome if we take into account the share appreciation or depreciation, and how much the dividend paid out, and then let's compare them and we'll chart it out. So let's just run some comparisons. We're going to look at how much it would have been Monday, September 30th, 2024, if I had $10,000, if I was to buy shares of SPY at $573 each, I would be able to buy 17 of them. I would have remaining cash of $246 in my account. The value per share on Tuesday, January 21st is going to be $603. So the share values have increased from $10,000 to $10,251. That's an increase of 5%. Now the cash balance has also increased as well because there was that single dividend that paid out. So the 17 shares that I owned, each received a value of $1.97 per share. That contributed to my cash balance of $246. I ended up with $279. The total investment value, $10,531, or an increase of 5.3%. Now let's look at XDTE. We remember that this actually dropped in value 3.6%. So my share value that I bought for $10,000 decreased to 96.06. And that share value change minus 3.6%. But look at this, the cash balance when I first made the initial investment in September was $34. It's now $888. I can use this at any time to buy these shares, or I could just take that money out and live off those funds. It's pretty amazing. The total return, $10,495. This is only $35 difference. It returned 4.95% compared to 5.3%. Annualized, we're looking at a 17.17% for the S&P 500, 15.99% for the XDTE. Very solid returns for either of those. This one's giving cash flow. This one is keeping the funds invested at all time. Now let's look at the NASDAQ. You guys can see these numbers. Shares were purchased for $488 in the Qs. The value increased from $10,000 to $10,496, an increase of 7.53%. QDTE dropped at 4.87%. But look at this. There's a share cash balance of $1,200. Total investment, $10,711, about $40 shy. This, again, very equal numbers. So one generating cash flow, one keeping the investment in. Dividend is killing it in this. Let's look at IWM. IWM had okay performance for at 4.3%. The investment value of the shares in IWM went from 10,000 to 10,340. If we compare that to RDTE, RDTE actually went down. The share value is 9,334, a loss of like $600. But look at this, that cash balance, $1,200, significantly outperformed. I think that this cash flow, this dividend cash flow, with the annualized dividend paying 37.92%, really adding to this overall return. Let's look at our mystery stock. I was able to buy these for $41.81. I bought 239. At that time, I left $7.41 in my account. As of Tuesday, they had increased from $41 to $52. That $10,000 invested in this mystery share is worth $12,655. That's an increase of 26.64%. But wait, there's also $1,491 in cash. That is a total return since September 30th of 41%. Annualized is 133%. Now you're probably wondering, how would I set up this portfolio? Well, let me show you. I'm working on a little spreadsheet, which is a portfolio rebalancer, and it makes it super simple. Now this is going to be available to my patrons because whenever I release a new spreadsheet, it goes out to them automatically. So if you're not a patron already, you should consider joining one of my tiers, either a dividend tier or my options trading tier. And at the very least, get on my free newsletter because you'll know when it comes out. I'm going to do a video demo of exactly all the cool features and it'll be available for purchase on my web store. But watch how slick this is. This is for somebody that wants to just super simply figure out how much money they need to put in each individual share without using a calculator at all. Investment allocation is going to be $10,000, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread it over a couple of different tickers. Now, I just went through this analysis. I decided that the ones that I like, QDTE and the RDTE. Now, both of these have the highest dividend payout, and that's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to just type in QDTE, and hit enter. And what this does is it's automatically going to pull up some information. And you can see the settings I have on here, the proposed portfolio weight. It's going to tell me if I was investing my portfolio 100%, I would have to buy 244 shares. And this is going to change as I enter different values. RDTE, I'm going to hit enter, and it's going to say the Roundhill Small Cap 0 DTE Covered Call Strategy ETF. Doesn't that sound awesome? And it automatically breaks it up. If I was only to buy 2 different ones, it would be a 50% allocation to each, 122 shares in the QDTE and 120 in the RDTE. Pretty slick, eh? Now this bonus one, can you guys guess what it is? Here it is, the big reveal, YBTC. You probably guessed. If you've been following me at all, you probably know that Bitcoin's been on an absolute run. This is a Roundhill Bitcoin covered call strategy ETF, pays a massive dividend. If I was buying something today, that's what I would do. I would be very simple, $10,000, I would buy 81 shares of QDTE, 80 shares of RDTE, and 65 shares of YBTC. What is that going to do for me? I just want to show you the chart of what this return is comparatively. Now, these ones all did very well. These are very respectable numbers. Annualized, we're looking at 17%, 16%, 24%, 23%, 14%, 17%, and then YBTC in at 133% annualized return. Now, we don't know if that's going to continue, but it may. So if you guys like this video, remember to hit the subscribe button, smash that like button if you loved it, and thanks so much. Let's get rich together. If you haven't checked out my wheel strategy video, you should definitely check it out. I'm going to put a link up here, how to use my wheel tracker to track covered call strategies. Thanks so much. Let's get rich together. Take care. Bye.